XRadio Entertainment, we are in the building. What's going on with y'all? I am your host, Isaac Coles. I go by Coach Shallow. I got my co-host, Isaiah Coles. He goes by the Puma. Yes, sir. Time for another installment of In This Corner, the boxing podcast. We are on episode 4. We have a special guest coming into the building today for a little bit later for you guys. Xavier Martinez. He's a money team fighter from Sacramento, California. Somebody that you need to know about, especially if you're from Sacramento. We got to give you a chance to hear a bit about his career, where he's been, where he's headed, who he's with. He's, I want to get into a story too early, man, but it's a very special guy and very promising for the city of Sacramento. So I can't wait to sit down with him. Of course, we want to discuss the Spence Garcia fight from this past weekend. Hopefully y'all watch boxing. Spence Garcia fight was excellent. We got some questions answered about Spence that we have been looking to get answered for a minute. I was very happy about that. Garcia gave a decent performance, and I was happy to see him in the ring in prime condition. We will break down that fight in just a second. We got some good fights coming up. We'll get into those in our predictions. We got Shakur Stevenson coming up. We got the Anthony Joshua fight coming up. It's some quality boxing coming up in the next couple weeks. The Canelo versus Callum fight. The Saul Canelo Alvarez versus Callum Smith fight. It's a fight I'm interested in, highly interested in. Big Canelo fan. Callum Smith's from over the pond. He's a UK fighter. I don't know as much about Callum Smith. I've been doing my homework. I've been watching him work. Big boy at 68. Solid fighter. Going to be a good challenge for Canelo. I do have an opinion on a prediction, and I'll give it to you in a minute. Anyway, we got a good show lined up for you guys. I think first things first, we'll just start out. Quick word from our sponsors. We'll do a little vibing real quick, throw on some music. I got my boy Bugs on deck today. So for all of y'all that are on the X4L Entertainment page, if you want to get a shout out, if you want to say hello, if you got any questions, let me know. If you're trying to go live, tap the button. I just might press it. I got a lot to talk about, and I want to hear your opinions as well. Let's go. What's up, Bugs, man? Put me on something groovy, man. Put me on something dope.
Something groovy?
Yeah, man.
Ooh.
Let's get it in.
Let me see what kind of grooves I got. These commercials.
I see I got my people in here. Heavy Camp in here. What's the deal? What's up? That's the heavy hitter, man. Heavy Hitters Compound, man. You guys look out for him. Follow him as well. He is a dog breeder. He's a big boy, you understand me? He's a real dope dog breeder, man. He got those high quality micros. They're gonna cost you in excess of 15 to 20,000. Don't call him with the low ball, but trust him, he got the quality all off of good quality pedigree. Yes, sir. King DZ in here. What's up, big dog? King DZ is he's definitely a Sacramento pillar. You guys really need to check him out too. Check out the Black Diamond Boutique. They're downtown, I believe on 16th. Is it on 16th? 16th and might be 16th and T. Look them up, Black Diamond Boutique. Make sure you make your way down there. Who else we got up in here? We got Big Zeke Shockley. What's up, boy? You see what we're doing? Young Money in the building. Big Young Money. I said we got Q up in here. What's up, Pop? Okay, we in here, man. I got my young boy Darius in here. I see you, young bro. I see you in here. Big X on his way. You see him? Big Dog on the way. Dangerous Zone Boxing in here. Trigger Trey, what's up, Dad? I miss you, boy. How you doing? Trigger Trey, man. Y'all go follow my young boy, Trigger Trey, Hoop Life. He, first of all, man, he got some of the dopest videos you're gonna find on YouTube, man, when it comes to basketball handles. You know, he does music. You know, he sells clothes too, man. That's my bro right there, man. Y'all go check him out, man. Give him a follow on him. Yes, sir. Who we got up in here? Oh, yeah, that's Young Peasy World J. Young Peace World J. Heavy hitter, man. We finna go in, man. I'm gonna talk my shit today, man. I got some things to talk about, man. We had some good boxing this weekend. I got one of my dogs coming through today. You see it? Xavier Martinez versus everybody. Xavier Martinez versus everybody. The You know, if y'all really be peeping my hat, you know what I'm saying? It's right there. It's right there. We're keeping it funky today, so we're gonna have a good show. Hog Life. If you guys are into bikes, my dude Hog Life right there, go follow him. Hog Life 916. That's my guy. Hog Life 916 got clothing. He also owns Authority, the clothing line, and he also has a clothing line called Hog Life that is perfect for all of you guys that are out there riding low or getting sideways, or if you're on your crotch rockets even, man. Go get with the hog, man. Big weed. Showtime Bear, what's up, baby? That's my guy, Hector. Showtime Bear is an amateur from out here. He said, man, down is the truth. Yeah, hey, Jalen, I'm going to keep it real with you, man. You're a real Spence fan. You kept it solid from day one. You had no doubts. Neither did I. But I'm going to give you your props, man. You know what I'm saying? You had no doubts about it. You know what's going on with the Spence thing, man. It's not no hype. He's a real boy, man. You know what I'm saying? You got next, Pop. Young Weezy, what's up, baby? Yes. I don't know if y'all heard, man. Off topic for a minute. You heard Boosie is suing Mark Zuckerberg. He is suing Mark Zuckerberg because he done took his Instagram. Mark, don't get at me wrong because I'm getting charged up. You know what I'm saying? He took his Instagram away from him because he was on there getting his QTB on for the day. He was doing too much. Yeah, man. Shout out to Mark Zuckerberg for being a Zuckerberg. You know what I'm saying? Because I ain't gonna lie to you. You know what I'm saying? I popped up on a few QTVs and hit that like button. I hit that like button a couple times. Anyway, man, who else we got in here at one time? Got Romo in here? Yes, sir. Why S4L? S4L is the company that we are with. This is the people who put this podcast together. S4L is the radio station. S4L exclusive for life. That's also my guy, man. It's a lot to S4L. It's a lot of history behind that, man. Big multimedia company, including this podcast and other efforts. You know what I'm saying? Get your bag, Boosie. Yes, sir. All right. Let's get into some meat and potatoes, right? Let's get into some meat and potatoes. I know what you came here for. You came here for good boxing conversation. Starting off today, we are going to break it down. Time to break it down. Errol Spence, the truth, versus Danny Garcia. Talk to him, Pop. How did you feel about this fight coming up to the fight? Like, how was your anticipation, man? Because I know we've been waiting for this fight for a while. How did you feel about this fight prior to it?
You know, I said this before, and it really came out the way I thought it was going to be. If Spence came in there and boxed Garcia, he didn't come in there and go fight Garcia. Mm-hmm. He really showed his skill. Yeah. He was popping that jab, as you see on the eye of Garcia. Yeah. And he was going to the body heavy. The body heavy to slow him down. Yeah. Just good fundamentals, good sense of pressure. He's very, very intelligent in how he was pressuring him. Yes. And keeping his center to the ring. Yes. He was good. It was good. Good ring generation.
For me, it was good Spence. You know, Spence is a fundamental fighter. Prior to this fight, he had a situation. I think that the situation may or may not have driven Spence to go back to his fundamentals, to get back to them basics, to get back focused. So I was really appreciative of seeing him be able to bounce back from his injuries and get back into this fight. Prior to this fight, I was extremely excited because Errol Spence is somebody that I was already a huge fan of. I already really liked and respect what Errol brought to the table. Errol's resume in the last 6 to 7 fights has shown different levels of his pedigree, different portions of his pedigree that let me know that, you know, the hype about him being pound for pound wasn't just hype. You know, the work that he did with Kell Brook after the work that Triple G did, now I get it, you know, some people might say, oh, well, he'd already got beat by Triple G, so he was fighting a lesser opponent. You gotta understand the difference in the weight classes. Triple G's a much bigger man. Errol Spence did very comparable damage to that man on the other side of his face in their fight afterwards. So that let me know, it gave me some idea as to the power that Errol Spence was working with. Yeah. If you're hitting hard enough to do damage on the same level that a Triple G is. And we all know Triple G has great structure. He's a hard hitter. You know, it gave me a clue as to his strength levels. Now, as far as his grit, his determination, the Porter fight told me a lot about that. I don't think he had to fight the Porter fight that way. I appreciate that he fought the Porter fight that way. And I respect that he fought the Porter fight that way. Why? He did make it closer than it had to be. But he showed portions of himself that are going to be necessary to claim his pound-for-pound title. He went toe-to-toe, blow for blow, with a relentless champion and came out on top. The Mikey Garcia fight was an excellent display of outside in boxing. So I know that he has the wrinkles for the game. I knew that coming in. I was very concerned about the man after the accident, as was most of the general public. Now, I was lucky, you know, obviously he wasn't like damaged to the extent that he could have been, perhaps, okay? We didn't have any broken bones, we didn't have any torn tendons, we didn't have any serious brain damage, we didn't have any serious speech issues coming forward after that, cognitive issues. You know, we did have some broken teeth, we had some facial scarring, some swelling. I mean, for as many times as the Ferrari flipped, I think that he was pretty lucky for the way that he came out of it. And, you know, when I look at that and I see the kind of damage that he took, I can understand why people would doubt why he may be able to sustain the same kind of damage that he was able to sustain when he was previously uninjured. I can respect that. Those questions had to be answered, and they got answered on Saturday night. Now, leading up to the fight, what did you think about Danny Garcia and his dad in their usual act?
I feel like the way Danny Garcia's dad was acting, like in terms of his certain confidence, like he felt like he really had it, and then he like the difference during the fight, as he like his voice sounded to grow a bit more disappointed as time went on. Cause he felt like
You mean like in the corner when he was talking to Danny?
He was talking. He sounded like disappointed because he wasn't like listening the way he was trying to get him to move.
Right. What was he telling him?
He was trying to tell him to shoot, to step to him.
Yeah.
And he was just moving, trying to get out of the way, trying to get him to shoot back.
You heard him say in the press fight presser, you heard him say in the fight that he was giving him too much respect. And I can respect where he's coming from because at the other day, that's what he said, he had a good fight the other day. I can respect where he's coming from because it's true, man. You know, Danny Garcia is capable of being more aggressive. Danny Garcia is a hard hitter. That left hook is deadly. As you heard in the post-fight presser, he worked heavily on his right hook. He felt like people were kind of expecting his left hook a little bit much, so he tried to come at him a bit more two-fisted. I think he took a little bit of emphasis off his left hook. He should have kept that as more of a threat throughout the fight. He should have set it up better. Like he said, maybe a right hand to the body first. Might have got him in position to make that happen. But I do feel like, he did make a valid attempt to make a hard charge at Errol, but you're talking about a guy that, you know, naturally is a bit bigger. He seems to be able to take the shots a bit better than the average. I mean, it's not like Errol didn't get caught.
Yeah.
You know, he took a nice right hook. He took the left hook too.
And if you look at the stats, like they were very close in like what they were landing.
Right.
Like when Garcia was throwing, he was catching them.
Right.
But for the majority of his shots, a lot of them were empty shots. You can see he was catching a lot on his guard.
Right.
Spence was keeping a very good guard the whole fight.
He was. He stayed disciplined. He kept a good guard, good body mechanics, good stancing. It was good work. Done with a great jab in your face all night. I feel it, Jay. So Jalen made a point. He said, man, it's easier said than done when you got an educated jab in your face. And, you know, I think that was a lot of what made things hard for him. That's a lot of what Danny Garcia had to complain about after the fight. But stepping away from Danny Garcia's opinion of it all, watching it through my eyes from round one, I noticed that Spence's timing and speed was a little bit more of what I was used to. I felt the pressure immediately. The jab was the timing on the jab, him meeting the lead hand and timing the jab. I seen the pressure that he was putting on the foot and putting on the jab from the very beginning. So I definitely knew that Danny Garcia wasn't going to be successful in his idea coming forward and walking through Errol Spence in any way. Errol Spence has too much strength, he's too big, and he has too good of a jab for you to just walk through it. You're definitely going to have the kind of head movement and the kind of foot movement to get you in position. That is not something I know Danny Garcia for. I do know Danny Garcia for being a good counterpuncher. I do not know Danny Garcia for having excellent footwork and being the type to push past the jab to get in position to land his power. That's not the kind of fighter he is. He wants people to extend to him. He wants to utilize those positions to get his counters back, and he wants to hit back hard. So when I'm watching that fight, I'm thinking to myself already, this is going to be a hard fight for Danny because Errol Spence is stepping to this boy. Errol Spence has a point to prove. They know that he's been injured. He knows that people have doubts. From round one, I feel like he came out there with that energy. I'm going to let Danny know that I'm back, and I'm here, and I'm not afraid.
The truth.
The truth. So, as the rounds went on, one thing I noticed is that Danny had a bit of frustration.
Yeah.
Why do you think he was frustrated? What do you think was
the work that Errol was doing with the distance? He was keeping him. He's really keeping him with that jab.
Right.
Him on the ropes.
Right.
I feel like he feels frustrated that he couldn't get his work in because he couldn't come in.
And I don't know if that was part of his thought process, but I was kind of surprised that he seemed to be kind of circling towards the right hand slightly. And in my mind, I think that had a lot to do with his thought process of eliminating and nullifying that killer left hook. So I think already, having a decent jab and keeping the left hook out of the options, and then already Danny Garcia kind of having that mindset that he was going to use the right hook more. I think that kind of took away a little bit of his weaponry.
Yeah.
I think that took away his comfort as a boxer as far as him being able to lean on and utilize the weapons that he's accustomed to.
Yeah, he limited his options pretty well.
Right? I also didn't see Danny Garcia having that timing on his jab to make that kind of contact either. Mm-hmm. Did you notice that?
Yeah, the jab wasn't it wasn't taking the weight the same way Errol was taking him.
And I felt like, because of the footwork, he's not able to, when he did try to press, I didn't see Danny Garcia being able to take over the real estate. Errol Spence he's real cat-like with his reflexes. He's real athletic. So I seen Errol kind of jumping out the pocket quite a bit. And I didn't see Danny Garcia having the reflex or even the speed to come and follow and do something with that in those moments, right?
Even the shots that he did throw coming forward, I felt was a bit I wouldn't say slow, but kind of
a little too calculated.
It wasn't explosive. He threw a 1-2-1.
Right.
And it was just he got in there, but it wasn't that same type of explosion that Errol's throwing. Errol's putting up.
Jay made a good point. Danny doesn't box well off his back foot. That's something I believe as well. I think Danny does good countering. I don't think Danny does good walking backwards. He doesn't have good traps to set, and he doesn't use quarter turns to put shots together. He doesn't set traps well moving backwards at all. He doesn't like being pressured. I think his defense of that usually is to hit hard and to hold his ground and or just clear out the pocket altogether.
Yeah, his corner was even saying that he was you continue with the counter punching.
Right.
He's come forward on him.
Right. Yeah, I definitely think that Errol. I think that he presented more of a challenge than Garcia expected. One, because I think that Garcia just being as elite as he's been for long as he's been, I don't think that he believed that there was a gap between them.
Yeah, I feel you.
You know what I'm saying? And I believe when he established that jab and that timing, when he felt that timing, that speed, because it wasn't his power. Mm-hmm. It wasn't because even when he loaded up with the left hand early, it wasn't like he put him on Queer Street or anything. He did affect his balance, but I don't believe it was his power. I think it was really just his consistency and his timing, that just posed more of a puzzle to him. I didn't see Danny flip the coin and push far into his advantage. He had moments, but honestly, those moments came on the heels of Errol kind of relinquishing a little bit of his dominance.
Yeah.
I didn't see Danny be able to stay on it, to stay in his advantage, and to continue to apply that pressure and that damage to Errol that could have turned the tide of that fight. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Meanwhile, Errol, on the other hand, was affected, but only mildly so, by most of what Danny did. I think he might have hurt him once or twice, a couple of good, decent shots. Yeah. But it wasn't anything that could have discouraged Errol from just turning into that choo-choo train that he can be. When he puts his head down, he throws that overhand left, and that body shot comes next, and his head is on your chest or on your head, he's gonna keep working underneath. You seen when Danny was trying to tie up his arms, he keeps working underneath, and he's known for killing the body, man. He's known for killing the body. I know that a lot of that body work caught up with him because he invested early and he invested often, as he always does. So on the heels of a brutal and educated jab, you get open body work. I mean, you know, you find yourself having a deflated Danny Garcia towards the end of the fight.
Yeah.
It was kind of tough watching Danny Garcia's dad kind of digest the fight. I mean, come on, man. Oh, he was hot. He was hot. Did you guys see Danny Garcia's dad? Did y'all see the ring rust? I would say that I did see some ring rust on Arrow. The only reason why I felt like I seen ring rust personally was, you know, some of Arrow's reactions to Danny fighting back. Some of the times when he was trying to stay on rhythm, I felt as though I seen hesitation. I felt as though I seen a little overreaction on some of the shots back too.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I think he didn't call some of those nut shots. He just announced Floyd's fighting Logan Paul. Whatever. I just got an announcement on my phone that says Floyd's fighting Logan Paul. We'll get into that in a minute. He would announce that while I'm on my show. You know what I'm saying? Floyd, stop trying to take my shine right now, okay? I got your hat on already. Yeah, man. I don't think that Danny Garcia's dad took that well at all. I don't think that Danny Garcia had a problem with taking that L. I think that he felt that Spence was back 100%. I felt he felt that Spence was better than he thought. He was honest about that jab and how he was unable to work past it, how it frustrated him in a fight. It kind of like dismantled his boxing a little bit. I did see the ring rust. The ring rust was apparent, but only in slight hesitation. The ring rust was really apparent mostly because he came off the gas. He didn't know that he was ready for championship rounds. He still was testing the water. I believe in my heart the reason why he took off close to the 8th and 9th round is he was getting prepared for that 10th, 11th, 12th stretch. He didn't think that he had it in him to press the whole time. I think that he just still got a little bit of like trepidation and going to his full level just because he hasn't been in the game that deep for a while. So if I seen ring rust, slight hesitation, not really much, and then just, you know, that hesitation to just go ahead and empty out the rest of that tank, man, and get into those championship rounds. Danny doesn't look good. Who else we got in here? Okay. I see Skull go crazy. What's up with you, brother? My boy Nick's in the building. What's up with you? Jacktastic, Shallow. Prop the producers in here. Make sure you guys follow him. Yes, sir. We got all the family up in here. Okay, GSB times Shallow Boxing. You know what's going on. Them Golden State Bloodhounds and them Shallow Boxing team. You know what it is, brother. Yeah, so let's move on, man. Really great fight this week with Spence and Garcia. I was extremely impressed. I was extremely satisfied. I'm glad that Spence is back on the scene. So like after this fight is done, what does this mean moving forward? Starting with Danny Garcia. Damn. Danny Garcia, man, I feel some type of way for Danny right now because Danny has got to the top tier a few times and came up short. The Porter fight, arguably, he may or may not have won that fight. The Thurman fight, I mean, he chased Thurman around that ring quite a bit. He hurt Thurman. He showed that he is definitely able to finish Thurman if he was in the right position. He came up short at the highest levels a few times, man, and it's not a lot of top tier left that he hasn't faced. So I don't know if he'll move down or even an attempt at 154s in his future. I don't see him waiting the years for 147 to clear back out for him to get another title attempt. I don't see what's next for Danny right now. I can sense the sadness and the frustration in him after losing the fight. He said it was a legacy fight. He said it was a must-win for him. But I think looking on the other side of this fight, it's not a lot of promise right now for Danny Garcia.
Yeah.
Spence, on the other hand, I'm sorry, go ahead.
I said it was kind of tough because it kind of reached a plateau for him after this fight.
Yeah, it definitely was. It would have been something that would have taken him in the other direction had he have won. Yeah. It would have made him look really good. All the rematches would have made sense. Along with all the newest contenders. Him losing to the 3 top-tier level guys, he's going to end up being like a gatekeeper fight next, staying at 147. You know, not the kind of respect that he should be getting as a fighter at this point. Only right because Crawford hasn't fought no top 5 147 yet either. Okay, Porter versus Crawford winner fight Spence. Yeah, I see that. I see Spence and Crawford being married. They're gonna have to fight. It's a necessary thing. How that fight's gonna occur, when that fight's gonna occur, concerns me. Politics is my best thing for that. It's politics involved. That concerns me. With that being said, can Crawford beat Spence? I'll say that prediction for another day, but there's some wrinkles to that too. That's not as easily cut as that seems. It's a great conversation there waiting to happen. Now, thinking about Earl's career after this, he has a lot of lanes open to him. Everybody has got to come and see Earl. Now, the fight that everybody wants to see, as Jay illuminated, is the Earl Spence Terrence Crawford fight. Now, with that being said, with Spence already planning to fight in June, perhaps after his post-fight presser, it's probably a good bet that it's going to be a major fight. I just hope it's Terrence Crawford. The other guy might be Porter. Would he give Porter another run? I don't think so. Not after he put him on the canvas that way. Who else are we talking about here? Thurman's out of the race. Mikey Garcia took the fade. I'm pretty sure he's just about made his point at 47, just about.
Yeah, he went through everyone.
So we'll see what happens with the rest of that. Is he gonna stay at 47 and hold down his titles? Is he gonna make a campaign to go up or down? I don't believe that he can go down. I believe he's a very big 47.
Yeah.
Is he gonna make a campaign at 54 at one point? We will see. Moving on. First things first, let's take a break, right? We got Champ coming in just a little bit. We got a special guest to talk, and we got some fights coming up that we want to get into. Let's take a quick break. I want to talk about the undercards also. Josecito Lopez had a good showing in that fight. I really want to get into that guy, Sebastian Fundora. If you haven't heard of Sebastian Fundora, he is 6'6", fighting at 154. He's a complete freak of nature. I want to talk about him for a minute. Shakur Stevenson has a fight coming up. I'm excited to see the young Olympian turned pro perform again. Anthony Joshua's got a fight. I can't lie, I'm less excited about it, but I definitely want to see his performance so I can think about his future moving forward. So for right now, let's make sure that we pay our advertisers. Word to our sponsors. Shout out to Rex Light Raj. Bugs, X is outside. If you could grab him, the champ just got here. When we get back, man, we'll sit down with the champ and get into it. Trying to talk about the life and times of Xavier Martinez. Everybody that's online right now, since X is hopping online, do me a favor. Hop in your DM real quick and send this live out to a friend. Make sure that you interact. Click the like button. Drop your comments if you want to hop online with me and holler at the champ. Let me know. But yeah, let us know, man. The champ is in the building and we need activity. Throw that red carpet out. Let's go. Big dog TNT in the building. We're about to have a good conversation. I'm going to give you guys a chance to really get some information and some history on him. He's, like I said, man, he's a special guy, and he has a lot of things going for him, and he's a big portion of Sacramento right now. Coming off the heels of like the Blake McKernan fight and him making the headlines that he's made, but coming up short in his moments. Sacramento has some very promising things on the horizon, whether we're talking amateur or pro, but we got people in position right now to bring back some real glory to Sacramento, man. We're looking for that strap, man. Let's go. We need to get everybody in the room. Everybody in the room. I ain't saying nothing until y'all go up. Do it for the champ. I'm gonna go ahead and add a couple more people. Keep it positive. We gotta keep it positive. Man, listen. What's up, man? Y'all trying to go live? Talk to me. Yeah, he said he's here. He's in a. What's up with you, dog? It's my dude Romo. What's up, baby? He's in a scat pack. It's like a gunmetal gray. Go outside and check.
Oh, that is his great color.
Yeah, he's in a gray car with the black
Yeah,
tints.
those are super. Yeah.
Yeah, he in a scat pack. We trying to go, pop out real quick and grab a champ, man. Here we come, champ. We about to come grab you, Pop. Y'all just give us a second. We got the Deja Dom in the building. Everybody go follow Deja Dom. That's my girl right there. That's my folks. She makes super dope slaps. Go in there and check out her music. And do me a favor and just let her know that you with her people. Big Ruben Torres is in the building. That's a Golden State Bloodhound. What's up, boy? Ruben Torres will be joining us next month to sit down and talk about his career as well. Can't wait to get Ruben Torres on the show. He's training partner, sparring partner with Xavier Martinez. Also trained by Big Ray Woods. We're going to get into Ray Woods in a minute if you guys don't know who he is. Sacramento got some things, man. Got some serious business here. Nah, with it. Who else we got in here? Jarrell Ford's in here, man. Jarrell Ford. We're looking for him to finish his run at getting at the, what's up, boy? What's up, boy? There you go, y'all. There you go, y'all. Y'all turn it up, man. Champ's in the building. Big X is in the building. You know, I got my t-shirt on. I got my hoodie on. I got my Xavier Martinez hoodie on. You feel me? Let me move my camera over so y'all can see the big dog. We're going to get into it in just a second. Man, I just want to get a chance to, give everybody a little bit of the history. I want to go back a little bit because, of course everybody going to want to jump on the train when they find out that you've had success in boxing. What I like to do is let them know a little bit more about the journey. Give them a little bit more respect for who you work with. And take some time out and just let them know where you're headed, man. There's a lot of people that do know. There's a lot of people that don't know, the position that you're in, the things that you might be able to do for Sacramento, the things that we have here that we might need to be supporting. So we're going to get on our platform today and we're going to let them know. We got a lot of things to say, man. If you guys don't know who Xavier Martinez is, you're going to know today. That's right. I see my girl Deja Dom. Built Movement is in the building. Built Movement is the official sponsor of Xavier Martinez. They got meal prep, juices, nutritional juices. They got everything nutritional for your body. If you're an athlete, if you are a hard worker, if you are a mom, if you are a dad, if you are a kid, a sister, or a brother. Get with Build Movement, man, and get the kind of food you need. She keeps Champ supplied when he's in camp to make sure that he makes weight, to make sure that he's strong during his fights, so you come in here and chase those knockouts like he does, man. We got Sacramento's knockout artists in the building. Matter of fact, everybody, throw me up an X real quick. Go in there and find them red X's and throw them red X's up for the champ, man. I need red X's, man. Y'all want to talk to the champ? I need red X's, man. It's time to go up. Books Malone, man. I got the boy in the building, man. Let's get into it. All right, we back at it. This is episode 4 in this corner, the boxing podcast. Big dog, our camera's right here. We got the XS Live on deck. So today we got the money team, Xavier Martinez, super featherweight Sacramento knockout king in the building. Y'all give it up. I need red X's all over my screen right now. Red X's all over my screen. Yes, sir. What's up with you, X-Pop? Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So, I'm going to do a quick little intro real quick. You know what I'm saying? This is my brother for real, man. This is my brother for real. We got Xavier Martinez in the building. Xavier Martinez is 16-0. 16-0, undefeated, untouched, 11 wins coming by big way of knockout. You understand what I'm saying? He's been signed to the money team since 2016. He's been a professional fighter for about another year or two before that. So he's been in the pro game for about 5, almost 6 years now. We got a super savage coming out of Sacramento. He's also been trained by one of our Hall of Fame legendary trainers in the boxing game, Big Ray Woods. So we're going to get into his story a little bit today. X, talk to him for me, Pop, man. Give him a little quick intro, man. Say what's up to your people. And my first question, we can start off with, how did boxing start for you? You know what I'm saying? Let them know about that lunch train thing.
It started because I had a bad temper when I was little. I wasn't like a bad kid, but I just didn't take no shit from no one.
Yes, sir.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
As soon as someone tried to press my line, I was activated. And my parents needed to put the straw that broke the camel's back was when I was in school.
Yeah.
And I was maybe like in first grade.
Right.
Some kid pissed me off. So I said, all right, you want to, try to punk me? So I took all my food off my lunch tray. And I went up behind him and cracked the shit out of him. And
Hold up, time out. Y'all heard what the champ said. Don't try to punk the champ, okay? First grade, we already lunch tray motherfuckers to the back of the head.
Yeah.
Back of the head, lunch tray, laid him out, man. We got to put this kid somewhere, man. This kid is bad. We got to put him somewhere with all this energy, man. Where did that land you, man?
Shit, with Red Woods. I actually started with my dad's coworker though. He started training me first, David Owens.
David Owens, shout out to David
Yeah.
Owens, man. David Owens, ain't he still over there at Center Ring Boxing? Yeah, Center Ring Boxing over on Franklin Boulevard. Shout out to David Owens, man. He was able to get his eye on a real young bull. And shout out to Pops for putting this boy in the game. So you say you started out with David Owens and ended up with Ray Woods, man. How did that relationship start?
Oh, which one, with Ray? Or
Yeah, with Ray.
Well, I was with David for maybe like a little over a year. And then, my dad, decided he wanted me to be with Ray. But Ray was already in the gym, so he already, he was already there.
He was already seeing you.
But he wasn't working with me because I was David's fighter.
Right.
Once I switched with Ray, everything changed.
Yes. Did you stay in that same gym after you switched with Ray?
Yeah. I've been in that gym for I've been in that gym for like 14 years.
How did David feel about that?
I don't know. I'm guessing he didn't like it, but it is what it is.
You kind of have to respect it, though. I mean, Ray Woods is kind of who he is.
Nah, but David was a good trainer. We felt like Ray was
the right fit for you.
Yeah.
Nice. So, like, when you started out training with Ray, like, and even coming over from David Owens, like, what was that like? Like, was it fun? Was it like, oh, I'm finally with Ray? Was it hard? Like, how did you feel?
Oh, well, we changed up my whole style and everything when I got with Ray.
What were you doing before? Were you like?
I was just throwing, typical amateur style. But then Ray started teaching me how to box.
Yeah.
So that's where
that's where the skills came from. Started out. Nice. He said he was just throwing. If anybody's been to an amateur boxing competition and seen 2 8-year-olds fight, I mean, like, first of all, as a man, you'll feel some type of way. Like, you know what? I'm not down for that. Yeah, if somebody runs up to me and hits me 48 times and I have to hit him 48 times, I don't know. We're up for that.
That's not how they be fighting no more.
Straight up.
Kids now, they fight with skill.
They got a little sauce now.
It's different now.
That's true. They've been watching that Instagram, that YouTube. They learned it on TikTok. Okay, so that's cool, man. You said you got with Ray, man, and he changed your style up. So, were you already competing at that point with David? Did you start competition with David? Did you start competition with Ray?
Yeah, I started competition with David. And then, I forgot how it went. I think I lost my first 2 fights. I lost my first 2 fights, and then I didn't fight for about maybe a couple months.
Yeah.
And then after that, I went on like on a 7-win streak. I was even longer. I was just, I don't know, like I clicked from there.
You was mad.
Yeah.
Yes,
so
sir.
I don't remember how many fights I had with David or Ray, but I didn't have no more than 5 fights with David though, I think.
At that point.
Yeah.
So when you start hitting that win streak, is that about the time when you start thinking like, maybe I should be a boxer, or are you still just like doing it because that was the activity?
So as a kid, I wasn't even thinking about turning pro or nothing like that. I was just doing it. I don't know. Because I liked it.
Yeah.
But I didn't have no intention then when I was hella young. I didn't have no intentions of taking it this far until maybe I reached the age. Honestly, I'm gonna say that when I reached age 15, to be honest.
So how do you relate to that? Like being a boxer young and even boxing now still, how do you feel about that?
Like, it becomes a difference in like your own mindset, because like when you're younger, it's just like that's what you're doing, because like you don't really have that type of thought process to go further beyond that. Like as you get older, like it becomes more for you, depending on what, like for me, because even though I started competition late, like it became more for me than just, oh, I'm just boxing. You know what I'm saying?
Became like part of you, more of your identity a bit, or
yeah, it was like,
is that what you're saying?
It was more like, it meant more to me.
Yeah.
It meant more to me, cause like I took more importance into it.
Right. So before it was like an activity. After that, it was like you felt like you had ownership over like, how much you put into the activity.
Yeah, it was like the difference between like when you play like basketball at recess versus like you're working out versus like this is what I'm doing.
Now you're on the team.
It's like when you make it's like when you make a choice. I mean, like how much that changed it.
So I made the choice because I was like, I ain't working for nobody. Realistically, that's why I did it, because I ain't trying to. I was saying, but either way, I ain't gonna ever work for nobody. It's either I'm doing this or I'm
gonna find another way.
Yeah, I ain't.
So that's interesting, man, because, you know, a lot of boxers get into boxing for a lot of different reasons. You know what I mean? Some people come late, some people come early. So you feel like, you know, at the end of the day, like, boxing provides that opportunity for you to kind of create your own lane, create your own life.
Exactly.
I believe that's a powerful feeling, especially at 15, to think, like, I might be able to, like,
well, one of the main things, too, though, because I was never really, I'm smart,
right.
But I just didn't like school.
Right.
And that's why I was kind of like, fuck, looks like I'm boxing.
Yeah, you felt like you had to go in that direction?
Yeah. But it's crazy, though, since the pandemic, I've been studying, Said,
oh, I'm smart.
I was like, I forgot how smart I was. Shit. Yeah, I started studying, and I'm like, damn, I'm pretty damn smart, so.
Yeah. Hey, so coming to a stockbroker near you, Xavier Martinez and Associates. If you need to get your money right, invest with my guy. Look like we got Sax Finest in the house. Mr. Owens is cool as fuck. I see anybody knows Mr. Owens. Okay, first grade, yeah, we was knocking people out. That's what's up. And he said to tap in with the community real quick, see what they was saying. They all saying that you was knocking people out in the first grade. Cold piece of work. So moving on, man, like, you know, we 15 now. We thinking, like, I might be able to do something with boxing, man. Like, and maybe this will help me, like, see myself as an adult. You know, at this time, at 15, like, where are you at in your career? Like, what are you doing?
I think I was in trouble then, though. Because I missed a couple terms. Like, I actually had a lot more fights than what I had, but I was getting in trouble.
Right.
So I was missing a couple terms. So I think, because Ray kicked me out the gym one time, and then the other time, my dad was like, nah, you ain't do nothing because you ain't even acting right. So I missed maybe, I must have, I fell back 2 years.
Yeah.
But then, as soon as, you know, I was like, I got to get in the gear. So then, once I hit, like, realistically 16, when I started doing the tournaments.
Right.
You know, that's when I kicked a whole nother gear.
That was different.
And I feel like those 2 years, even though I didn't box for 2 years, I feel like, you know.
Came up a little bit?
I came back better than what I was.
Yeah. Because you were committed.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what was your first tournament at 16?
I think I did the Nationals. I did in Reno.
Yeah.
To be on the USA team.
Yeah.
So I got robbed on that one.
Did you?
Yeah, I fought Josue Vargas.
Yeah. So if you guys haven't heard of Josue Vargas, he's another pro. I don't know what his record is right now. Trying to enter top tier as well. I would say Josue Vargas is a definite like contender and or prospect at this point. Good work right there.
But I wasn't even supposed to be in that weight class. It's
Were you
crazy.
up or
It's
down?
crazy. I was hella low.
Oh, wow.
We thought I wasn't even able to make the weight class, and then when we got down there, I was hella light. I was in the next weight class.
Wow.
So we were like,
at least
I gotta eat.
Yeah, for sure. So at that one, you're 16. You get robbed by Josue. Like, what are you feeling at that point? Like, how is training going with Ray? Like, are you finding new sparring? Like, what are you thinking at that point? Like, you know, this is your first go at the national level.
This is actually I've been to nationals a couple times.
Before that?
Yeah.
Okay.
But so before I did that one, I actually so the year Ray kicked me out is when I didn't do good.
Mm-hmm.
The first day, so I think maybe it was 2015, 14, I forget when it was, but I fought the #1 national champion, 7-time national champion. I beat him. Yeah. Beat the toughest guy in the whole in my weight class in the tournament. Yeah. Then the next time I fight, I lose to a nobody. Because due to personal reasons, but it's like, but Ray was like, nah, you ain't having that. So
that's one of them stories that make Ray push his glasses up like this before you tell it. This motherfucker. Yeah. So, you know, after you finally like are getting older now, we're getting closer to, you know, obviously signing with Floyd and going professional. Like, what was that click for you? Like, what did you go through that made you think to yourself, like, you know, I've given amateur boxing what I can, and I don't want to go through chasing this cycle again. At what point did you make that decision?
After I lost in the Golden Gloves, I was like, fuck it with it, so I'm turning pro. Because they robbed me again. I beat Cedro Ochoa. He's from Fresno, and we was in his hometown. I beat him pillar to post. I hit him with a hook, buckled him. They didn't give me no 8 count, nothing. And then they gave it to him, and I told Ray, I said, Ray, I'm gonna have to keep doing this. I'm gonna keep getting robbed. He said, all right, we're gonna turn pro. So I turned pro in Tijuana.
Did you feel like you were ready for pro at that time, or were you just frustrated? Did you think like
I knew I could hang with the pros. Of course, not the top elite as soon as I turned pro, but
right.
enough to hang with some mediocre guys.
Right.
Because I was sparring pros as an amateur.
Right.
It wasn't nothing new.
So when did that start for you? Like, what age were you at when you first started sparring your first pro that you remember?
Shit, 12, 13. So right then,
Early.
Sink or swim.
That's it.
So
nice. So what did that do for your confidence? Like, as far as building you as a fighter, what did that do for you?
I don't know. It's crazy because I never really. You're just doing it.
Yeah.
Yeah. You're not really thinking like, oh, this is building my confidence. Is doing
right.
You're still a kid. You're just going doing what you're supposed to do.
Everyone else more like sees what he's doing.
But now it's like now that you're older, it's like now when you do shit, it's like when I spar tank. I was like shit like. That boosts the confidence right there. So as you get older, everything your mindset changes on everything.
Yeah. You start taking better inventory.
Yeah.
So what does that make you think, Puma? So just for some backstory, you know what I mean? Like Puma's an amateur fighter. He's had not sparring, but several sessions with lots of pro fighters. He works with Xavier also when he's in camp. So like when you think about like you being, shaped as a fighter yourself and being able to share space with an Xavier and etc., how does that make you feel?
It makes me feel good that I'm able to, like, me being younger, like me working with grown men, like it makes me feel good in terms of like this is where I'm like, this like, it shows like it's an easy path to go keep going straight. Like being able to hang with people and like help condition people at such a high level, like it really just increases like how I feel about the whole thing. Like it makes me like more wanting to do it.
Yeah. Puma is very much known for because of his condition, because of his consistent and constant training. Because I won't let him stop. He often helps out.
Breathing.
Ain't no breathing, champ. Nah, man, we need our million. Man. Champ, he's in great condition and he helps a lot of fighters get in shape. More than anything, just supplying energy, just being a positive influence, and just looking out for the fighters in the ways that he can as well. So I think that that's a great thing for a young fighter that's looking upward to be able to see such good talent around him, to be able to be involved with such great talent, and then to be able to even work with such great talent. It's really, really, really big. So like, I feel like that's part of the recipe for making a championship level fighter is you have to give them experiences when they're young that help them create their mentality when they get older. And when you think about that now, like maybe you didn't think too much about that as a kid, but now that you're older and you think about what you've been through in comparison to what some other guys may have been through to get to your same place, some of those guys might not have come through what you've come through.
Everybody's journey is different.
Yeah.
I feel like as professional athletes in general, we all go through a mental stage.
Yeah.
There's a lot of this thing. Being a professional athlete is a lot of mental at the end of the day. I think we all go through a struggle. Not everyone sees it. Yeah,
I agree. Shout out to my brother Kaba El Kelbilan. He actually turned me on to a book called The Youth Truth. The Youth Truth is more designed around like college level athletes going into pro, but it has a lot to do with that, like people coaching kids and not realizing what kind of stress that they live under, what kind of distress, what kind of adversity that they go through. Not everybody knows. Everybody loves to celebrate an athlete. Not everybody knows what it takes to make one. It reminds me of that picture of the ballet dancer with the pretty feet until you look inside the shoe and find out that their toes and they're curled up. And it's like, it takes a lot to get that perfect pirouette. So with respect to that, I think that, me even introducing some of the fighters in the area to some of your methods of training, I think they're just getting a little taste of some of the stress you've been under for quite a while. So working with like a Ray Woods, I'm certain that your training itself has been pretty intense for quite a long time. Like, when do you think you guys really kind of stepped it up and started really getting you ready for pro level? Like, what do you think about your training as far as that's concerned? Like, I'm thinking, going out to Tijuana, first 4-rounder, like, you had to be in some shape, but going from 6 to 8 to 10 to 12 rounds, I'm certain that you guys have had some level up. So let's talk about some of that training that you've gone through coming up with Ray Woods.
We've always done high level training.
Yeah.
It don't matter if it was 4 rounds, 6 rounds, 8 rounds.
Yeah.
So we're always in shape.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that was never a problem.
Yeah.
Honestly, Ray's been training me like a pro since I was an amateur.
Right.
So it was nothing new. Yeah, it got a little more intense.
Yeah.
And longer minutes doing
More
stuff.
minutes and yeah.
But as far as like just the work ethic of it, it never changed.
Right.
It just came from, we just had to continue it.
Right. You're fine. That's definitely how you cut a fighter, man. You have to get them to understand the level of ethic that it takes early, and you have to get that commitment out of them early. And that's one thing that I can say from being blessed enough to hold counsel with Ray Woods. He really does not take any kind of slack when it comes to the way of ethic. Ethic is how you get a fighter to not only understand themselves, but also get themselves to to the level that they need to be competitive in all situations. So I can imagine that, at 10, 12 years old, while Ray had you running wind sprints and putting together a mixed bag, that it was real tough out there. So, that's something for you fighters to think about, man. If you ever got the opportunity to get a little information on what it is that X does in the way of training, then, go ahead and times that by a good 10 to 12 years. And then you'll have some understanding of like the level of stress that goes on a professional athlete throughout these years. He's had a lot on his shoulders for a long while. He's been out here sacrificing quite a bit to represent Sacramento, to represent his family, to represent his camp, to represent California in his boxing game. So yeah, big respect to you for that, man. A lot of hard work for that. I couldn't even imagine having done that for so long. Just because, OG Coach hopped in there and trained with him a few days myself. And it's tough, man. I can say that from personal experience. The work that he does is tough, it's legit, and it taught me a lot about what it takes to make a fighter. So, Tijuana, first night. Tijuana, you're finally pro. What was that like?
I don't know, it's just like another fight.
Yeah?
I didn't get a knockout.
No big deal? You didn't get a knockout? What happened in the fight?
I don't know. I think I was still stuck on the point. But I don't know though, because in the amateur I was dropping people. But then I don't know my profile. I don't know. I wasn't really sitting down on my.
You didn't sit down hard enough.
Yeah.
But
I won.
What fight did you? What fight was it that you realized I just need to go ahead and just really sit down on my shots? When did you kind of really make that?
The last one too.
The last fight?
My last one made me really be I need to really sit down.
I'm gonna hit everybody hard.
Yeah. Because when I get my knockouts, I don't be turning into them I don't be throwing at you. You know how I be hitting hard.
Right.
I don't when I fight all the knockouts, I haven't really been turned into them.
Right.
Like the one I did with the check hook when I stepped back, I hit him with a hook. He dropped.
Yes.
I didn't throw it hella hard. I just ding,
right.
turned over.
Right.
And the 20-second knockout. All I did was a straight right hand and did a left hook and he went down.
Right.
I'm a natural hard hitter, but then when you fight people that have been hit hard, the guy had experience.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
All that changes. They know how to take a punch.
Yes.
So that's when you really got to really sit down on.
You need to sit down on your shots. So when did you get your first knockout? What fight was that? Was it your fourth, fifth? What one?
I think it was my third.
Third?
I think it was my third. Yeah.
What was that rush like?
It was pretty cool.
Yeah?
Yeah, it was pretty cool.
I mean, because I know, the day after the Facebook, the phone, the text messages, come on, man, you knocked somebody out in front of everybody?
But it was a stoppage.
Right? Okay, it was like a TKO?
But when you really put someone on the canvas,
yeah,
it's different.
That's different.
It's different.
Yeah.
It's different when you hit someone with a hook and they drop to the floor. They
Right.
gotta be flat out, but just drop them to a canvas, it's
Right.
a whole different feeling. But when you stop someone, it's cool too, but it's a different rush when you
Right.
really drop
When
them.
you really get them.
Yeah.
So when did that separation happen? Because we had third fight, we finally get somebody on the ropes and just give them the mokum, you know what I'm saying? Can't do no more. Then it's what day did you just play freeze tag? Try Jesus.
Let me see. I was getting mostly TKOs because I was dropping them, but they was coming back and I was getting stoppages.
Right?
I think the one that
Right.
really put someone cold.
Yeah. Hey, biologist, fool, wrong flag, El Salvador. Wrong flag, fool, blue and white. Hey, yeah, man, so you finally got the real freeze tag knockout. You've already had the stoppages. You're starting to gain momentum. So we're starting to get around 10, 11, 12 fights. It's not even before then, excuse me, it's before then. At what point did we go from, and what was your first promotional company? Were you fighting by yourself to begin with? Were you under a promotional company?
I was by myself.
Right. Yeah. So was TMT the first promotional company you signed with?
I was bargaining to be with Top Rank.
You were bargaining to be with Top Rank?
Yeah.
Right.
And then I flew to Miami. Before I flew to Miami, and then I signed with him out there.
Ah. Yeah. I wonder if a bug heard he was trying to. They were trying to sign you to Top Rank, like.
I don't know.
So Top Rank is flirting with you. They want to talk about signing you. Floyd gives you a phone call and says, "Man, come out to Miami, man." Now I've heard this story before, but like, you know, you pack your stuff up. What was your expectation? Like, I gotta go meet Floyd Mayweather. Like,
I thought I was gonna be out there for 2 days, but I ended up being kidnapped for a week.
Right.
That's like though.
Right.
First time I think I was only like 17.
Yeah.
Yeah, 17. Went to a club and everything. That's
Turned up.
First time I seen like 200,000. Just it was crazy.
Right. 17 years old.
I
Now that's a
a
rush.
different life, man.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, we were all up. We didn't get back. Actually, I got back to the hotel at 5 in the morning. Them fools are still out in the club. I was like, I'm tired as hell.
I gotta go.
Yeah.
I'm only 17. I've never seen this much money.
That's a rock board all falling on me. And I'm like, damn.
He had a Ciroc back at 17. Have you ever? Have you ever? You know, so you know, you're a youngster. You're signed with Floyd now. He's having conversation with you. You're now like understanding at this point. Like, you know, Ray been telling me I'm good. I'm sure by then he had told you were good.
I'm not good.
Great.
Can't have that mentality right now. You gotta stay level headed.
Got it. Okay, got it. I didn't know where he was going with that. I was like, stupendous.
Right.
I was only gonna go up from there. Got you.
You gotta stay level headed.
Yeah. So I mean,
it's easy to get big headed.
Yes. I can definitely respect that. So then, like, even like thinking like, all right, I got signed with Floyd. I got Ray in my ass telling me every day to fucking step it up, to step it up. You know, because eventually, you know, you have a goal in mind. You want to be a champion. What do you think, before we get into your last fight, what do you think is still missing now, if anything, for you to be ready to not only get your championship strap, but to be able to defend it? Do you still have any missing pieces that you want to address, or do you feel like you're complete and you feel like you're ready to make your run?
No, I'm ready. I've been ready.
You've been ready? What makes you feel that way? What's that? I'm not questioning it. I'm asking you because I think that people sometimes don't understand what kind of confidence it takes to see yourself as being capable. Is it your experience that tells you that? Is it your confidence in your team? Is it your confidence in your work ethic?
It's everything.
All of it put together?
Excuse me, all of it put together because, you know, I got the right team, you know, my mindset, you know, I went through a lot this last one, that made me 10 times, you know, stronger mentally.
Yes.
Just, it takes everything has to click together.
Yeah.
So, you know, I feel like I'm ready.
Yes. Gives me the chills, guys. Give me the goosebumps.
Do you feel like
Champ said he ready? He said he ready. Champ said he ready. So yeah, man. Let's get into it, man. You know, if you guys have been following Xavier Martinez, he's been getting a string of knockouts for a while. He has had his way with quite a few opponents. In my blessing to be able to work with him and be a part of his camp, I was able to watch him ringside knock a man out in 21 seconds. Now, in preparing for this last fight, unfortunately, due to COVID restrictions, he wasn't able to take the entirety of his team out. We weren't able to bring Bill Movement with us. We weren't able to bring me. We weren't able to bring our cut man, Gennaro. And we had a lot of things going on that was making it tough for us to be as a team. So we needed to rely on X to go out there to Connecticut with Big Ray Woods and Tyrone, his assistant coach, and bring back that victory. That victory turned out to be a bit tougher of a win than we have been accustomed to. We have been tested.
I made it tougher though. I made it tougher on myself.
Okay. Talk, champ. And I need some comments too. If y'all seen the fight, let me know what you thought about the fight. And don't be telling me about how you had a heart attack either, man. Let me know what you thought about the fight. So, champ, tell me, man, like, why do you feel like you made that fight hard for yourself?
Because I was winning easy. Clearly.
Right.
You know, I think what happened, it was a humbling moment though, because, you know, I'm so used to just beating on people, and I was beating up on him.
Right.
And I fell asleep. I fell asleep.
Right.
I got too relaxed.
So would you say it was just going too damn
Because
good for
honestly,
you? Just going too good for you at that time?
And, you know, he caught me, he seen the opening and capitalized.
Right.
You know, that's just part of, you know, finding an experienced fighter.
Yes.
You know, it was more of a lesson. You know, I'm glad I learned that. I'm glad I went down twice.
Yeah.
The lesson learned.
Yes.
And to be real, I wasn't hella hurt.
Yeah.
And he didn't really hit hella hard.
Right.
But he placed the shot right on. He was hitting me on my temple a lot.
Right. Right.
So he just played. You know, all it takes is a place shot.
Yes.
You know
Yes.
what I'm
Yes.
saying? And that's
that
what
kind of showed a little bit of his experience level. To be able
if
to
you
get
watch the fight, a lot of his punches was on the temple, and he was throwing his knuckle on the temple.
It's pretty damn accurate.
So
he was looking for a knockout.
Yeah, he wanted that temple shot.
He was looking for a knockout. Falling down your first time, because, you know, I understand that you've taken losses as an amateur, but in your pro career, you've had a very good pro career up to this point. Falling down your first time, are you in shock at that time? Are you upset? Do you not even really?
It's hard to even explain it because it's like I
surreal.
remember, but I don't remember.
A little surreal?
I didn't panic or nothing. I don't literally felt like, you know how when you fall on sparring pool, you just get up. Yeah. That's how I felt. Like, oh shit, all right, I gotta get up. It wasn't like, oh shit, I got knocked down. Right. I didn't have them like,
right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
That panic.
Right.
I don't know. It's just weird to explain it. I don't know, maybe it's because I wasn't tripping.
Still was focused.
Yeah. It's weird. Like I said, it's weird to explain it, man. It's weird.
Like a dream.
But I wasn't losing though. I know damn sure. But that was weird. I ain't losing.
I'm not getting up and losing this fight.
Yeah.
So when you get up, ref counts, you get your shit back together. When you go to lock back in, do you feel like you're all the way together, or do you start noticing while you guys are exchanging that it ain't right?
The second time I went down, it was more from like, cause I think I got up a little too quick.
Yeah.
You know, cause when you get hit with a temple shot, your equilibrium ain't all the way there.
Right.
So I think I should have took a knee cause I got up quick.
Real quick.
So I think I should have took a knee to at least 8 seconds and then got up. But I don't think I had my balance fully there. I wasn't like, my eyes weren't buzzed or nothing.
Right.
But I didn't have my legs all the way there. So the barrage of him just coming at me, because it wasn't really nothing letting clean.
Right.
But it was just him pushing me back, and then I fell back on my feet.
Yeah.
But, and you know what I mean? Like, once I got up from that one, it was when everything started to come back. And I came back like that. Because I'm in shape. Because you saw the work we did. My legs were in shape. I was conditioned.
Right.
At the end, I guarantee if I didn't do none of the stuff, you know, I had done with Ray or with you,
Yeah.
I wouldn't have made it out there.
So what were you thinking at that point?
We like Tyrone.
Champs on the ground, Brad. What were you thinking? I'm talking to you, Pop.
I was honestly when I first saw it, I was like, oh, like I was freaking out. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
But the first one I was with my grandma, and then she said it was a trip, and then they played the replay the first time, and I was like, oh yeah, we're good.
It was a combination of both.
Because
I got hit in my feet. You know how it is.
Yeah, my grandma was
Softballs.
confused. She was confused. She was like, is that a knockdown or not? I was like, no, it's a knockdown because he got hit. I was just going down. But for the second one, I was like, come on, X. I was sitting down in my couch, and I go from here to, come on, X. Come on, X. Come on. We done did too much work. Come on.
Isaac damn near had a heart attack.
If y'all would have seen
your reaction, Isaac.
If y'all would have seen me, bro. Hey, X went down the second time. No, champ. I was trying to catch y'all, trying to hold him up. Champ, no. Get off the ground, champ. No, come on, baby. No, champ. Oh, bro. Hey, everybody in the room was like, somebody gonna have to carry that man out. Hey, but I don't care. I'm gonna tell you right now, Ruth. Hey, I was stressed, dog. I was upset. But wasn't nobody stressing like Ruben, bruh. Ruben took his head off. That boy was over there.
But that's like Ruben. That's like a brother. So
Ruben was not cool, bro. He missed the whole second knockout. He dipped, bro. He couldn't take it. I can't see my brother go down, and I feel him. It was hard for me to watch, bro. It was hard for me to keep looking at the thing.
At least I can say now he knows how I felt with his fight.
Yes.
I damn near had a heart attack myself.
Yes.
Goddamn, Ruben.
Yes, he turned into a straight bloody hyena, bruh. Ruben had a war, blood everywhere, boy. And you know what? You were uptight that night. You were. He couldn't wait to get backstage. Like, I can't wait to tell him what he did wrong. I mean, not like that. He did good. He won the fight, but fuck that shit, man. Oh, yeah. Yeah, we were all pretty up in the air. We died before X. You said we were embarrassing. My wife said we were so embarrassing. We went crazy. We died before you did, dog. We went down harder than you.
You showing what my grandma was acting. When you first knocked down, she was sitting down eating her popcorn, and then she got it like right next to the TV. She was like, "Come on," come on.
Oh,
and
man.
I got the second one. I was like, "Come on."
We was watching it on a projector. I was literally on the ground, like I don't know if I was trying to pick X up. I was trying to pick him up. I don't know why. I felt like I could reach through the screen and get my dog, but I was trying to pick him up. Like, we're not done yet. And he made me so proud,
like I was
man.
getting up with him. I was like, I got up. What's up?
We up. Hey, I'm telling you, man.
But that's
so
between
proud.
a punching bag and someone who's really trying to win.
Who's game. You heard what he said. That's the difference between a punching bag and somebody who wants to win. Because even in that 8th round, after that second knockdown, we talked about that earlier. Champ said he got up and he wanted to fight still. And his coach had to give him some instructions to do what was better for him. Just like he got up that quick when he got knocked down, Champ still wanted to fight. After 2 knockdowns, he got up and he said that, you tell him, Champ, what you told me. He cracked me up.
Oh, I was like, I ain't going out like that.
Hey, he said, oh, that's what we're doing?
Yeah. I mean, if you think about it.
Oh, we knocking fools down now?
When I went back to the corner of Ray wasn't, I don't remember if they put the camera on.
Not too close. I was dying for those words.
But nah, Ray just said, how you feel? I said, I'm good, I'm straight. I'm ready to go back. I'm ready to go back out there.
Yeah.
And Ray said, all right, let's go do this.
Yeah.
And and then also that's something that Ray's been preparing me mentally for years since I turned pro.
Right.
That one night you're gonna have a night where everything's not gonna go your way.
Right.
Obviously it was, but it wasn't.
Right.
I was hitting with some shots, I wasn't dropping.
Yeah.
I was sitting down on them, that wasn't going right. I got too comfortable, got cracked down the canvas twice, it wasn't going right.
Yes.
But then, I turned it around. So the one back out there,
I was so proud.
I got knocked down.
If you seen the fight, he got up in the 9th round and got toe-to-toe with that boy and backed him the fuck up, man. Marrero knew better than to bite down again and get into a real street fight with Xavier. He felt his power as well. Xavier was chasing that
after
man.
the fight, he said you hit hard.
Oh, bro, he was chasing that man.
I think I fought him as best though.
Yes, I would say so. If you understood the build up to the fight, Marrero was a 2-time champion before that. He was one of those guys that was just like, he was in a make or break kind of fight. You know what I mean? Like, you came a long way, you still got far to go. If you don't get past this guy, you're starting to look like a gatekeeper type of deal. So he definitely needed to win that fight. He definitely got in shape for that fight. We were watching him pretty closely. The man was drinking Pedialyte 2 weeks out. If anybody deals with boxing, if a man's drinking Pedialyte 2 weeks out from his fight, he ain't got no problem making weight, okay? He was more than in shape. He was working his hardest, and he was working out.
And I was drinking some motherfucking distilled water the whole
time. The whole time. And I made him eat chicken and watermelon, y'all. Yeah. So look, man, so we get to a space where we're like, we finally been tested, you know what I mean? Like, even thinking about my conversation with Ray and just thinking about what you've been through recently, when I asked you earlier if you were ready for your run, if you want to know my opinion about your level of readiness, that fight showed me more than anything, besides your good moments in the ring, besides the hard moments when you train and you work through, besides the private moments that you grow and you move forward, like I knew then that you had what it takes, that inner mechanism that it takes to be a champion. Because like you said, there was no way you were going to get up to the top like without a problem. You weren't going to get there.
If you didn't get to the top without any problems,
there ain't no top to be.
That's what I'm saying. Like people think, you got to win every fight, clear and decisive, and that ain't always gonna be like that.
It's not real. So, we had an immense sense of pride here in Sacramento watching our Sacramento knockout king get up off the canvas and chase that man for another 3 rounds. Despite all the talk.
No, more than 3, what was it, 9, 10, 11, 4 rounds?
Yeah, for another 4 rounds. Because the 9th round, he was already back at his neck. You know, you get a lot of haters that might say, "Hey, man, you know, X got knocked down." If you watch the
But
fight,
don't mention one round.
if you watch the fight with any kind of educated eye, X dominated that fight. X dominated that fight from the first bell. He got caught. He got caught while he was being slightly unaware for a small second. It can happen to any fighter, but I'm telling you, the way he bounced back, he showed what kind of champion he is. That's why I'm very, very certain that as soon as one of these boys with them straps answer that phone call, they're going to be in some trouble, because it doesn't mean that X is going to need to have some clean, great fight to get his hands on that strap. That means that if X knocks him out, he's going to get his hands on that strap. That means if X goes down, he can still get up and get his hands on that strap. That means if X has a dogfight for 12 rounds, he's capable and he is willing to go after that strap. I ain't got no doubts, no fears. I wear my damn hat every goddamn day because I'm representing for my man Xavier Martinez, man. Before we did, man, I want to just get into your future just a little bit, man. Like, what are your hopes for the immediate future? You know, I'm not looking for any call outs unless that's what you want to do. But I'm saying, like,
Well, you know I don't call people. You know
what I mean?
I stay humble now.
Respect to your style. You know what I'm saying? But what would you like to get your hands on in the way of titles? What would you like to get accomplished in the sport of boxing before?
Well, you know, I hope my next one's for the WBA.
If you guys didn't know, his last fight that we just described was for a WBA super featherweight title eliminator, meaning that whoever won that fight is completely eligible to challenge for the WBA world title. Sorry, had to throw that in there.
So, you know, just at the end of the day, I just want to win, you know, belts. You know, I like to say rob the bank, collect the money, and I'm going to be out by 30. Now, of course, if we make like $10 million a fight or something, we got to milk that.
I'm just saying.
You know what I'm saying?
I told him I'm in for the matching Ferrari. He don't like to be like, he ain't still told me I'm going to get the Ferrari, but like, I just want to have a matching Ferrari with the X on the front. I think that would be tight.
We getting Chick-fil-A.
No, they gonna
Chick-fil-A.
Yeah, they gonna buy the whole chain or whatever. But you know what I'm saying? Like, it's cool. You know, we're gonna keep it Christian still too. We're closing on Sundays. We're gonna take a quick break. I'm gonna keep the champ with us, man. We're gonna make a couple of quick predictions, man. Give you guys a quick view into Xavier Martinez's life. You need to go and follow the champ right now at Xavier_Martinez. Go follow the champ. I'm going to pin it up into my live. We'll take a quick break and put a little song on real quick. Shout out to Chazzy, 25 times 4 with the official In This Corner Boxing Podcast song every time. Let's get it in. It's not bad, young bull. Got my dog in the building, man. Let me see what we talking about. We got David Manson. That's my boy from Herbal. Said you're a dope fighter. Buzz Lightyear's in the building. Jelani in here, the homie Jelani, I see you. Shout out to Bree Blackshower. My city got my back, cause they know I'm a real one. Okay, you know about that. That was hard work, real dedication, real TNT shit. You know what's up, man. Bill Movement said when you got knocked down, we wanted to call you. Cindy said we wanted to call him. Hey, bro, hey, get up off the ground, nigga. Yes, sir. Young Jude, what's up with my boy? Young Judy's in the building. I see you. Yeah, we got a lot of the fam up in here today, man. Big minutes, man. Big shout out. Yes, sir. Let's check out the X4L entertainment site. So we're talking about over here. What's up with y'all? Big Country. What's up, Big Country? I see you, baby. Thanks for joining y'all. Oh yeah, we all over here. Yeah, la. What's up? Rico. I see the great captain. Quarantine. Yes, sir. Okay. We keeping it lit. Got Big 500 in here, man. Hey, shout out to my dude, man. If y'all see me in that gym,
I just see that dude.
Handling business. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's just right there, everybody. You know what's going on. You see me doing work, doing work. Energy on point. Salute. Thank you, Papa. We ain't doing nothing but talking about what we love, man. What's up with you, judo? You don't know me. What's up with you, man? That's my boy, man. That's Jack the Butcher, man. If you're ever in Rancho Cordova, get yourself over there to the shop. He is a barber. They got a shop on the corner of Coloma, and it's not. Hey, man, which one is that? Y'all don't revoke my Rancho Pass. It's on Coloma Road, man. If y'all know, help me out here, Jesse. Put the address of the shop up, man. 500. I see you, big dog. What's up, baby? Y'all gonna follow 500 heavy hitters. 500, man. First of all, like the name, bench pressing 500 is one of my big dogs. Definite power lifter, man. He's going up on the. There he goes. It's on Coloma and Woodlawn. How could I forget that? Thank you, Jesse. Yeah, man, 500, y'all go follow him, man. You're going to catch him and some more ISPA looking competitions. You're going to catch him on YouTube. That boy's a hitter. He done been out there with CT Fletcher. He done been out there with, you name it, man, the Hulk, you know what I mean? He done held weight with real people. Now, I hold your weight. We talking about real monster play fitness, man. Heavy hitters in the building, man. Let's go. All right, X, man, I got a couple of fights here, man. I want to get your opinions on, man, for December 12th. I want to get into some things. First things first, get some little background. December 12th, we got Shakur Stevenson getting his first headline on ESPN against Toka Khan Clary. It's a 10-round lightweight fight. He's going to be at the MGM Grand. And there's a co-main event with Felix El Diamante Verdejo. He's 27-1 with 17 knockouts. And we got Masayoshi Nakatana. And Masayoshi is 18-1 with 12 knockouts. So we got a pretty decent card going for that. Shakur Stevenson, he's the WBO World Featherweight Champion. He won that championship against Joette Gonzalez. From what I understand, he got the girl too in that fight.
His sister.
Was it the sister?
It's his sister. It's Joette's sister.
Cold gang. Beat him up. Got his sister. Dang. He's ranked number 2 in the world. He's nicknamed Fearless. He just moved up to 130 after taking that belt from Joette.
You said it's a lightweight fight?
No, featherweight. Oh, I did say junior lightweight fight. I didn't mean to say that.
I think it's lightweight. I was gonna say
he better not touch 35. We might have to see him. He touched 35. It will be at 130. My bad for that. That was a bad note earlier.
You said junior. It's junior lightweight though.
I'm like,
130 is still junior lightweight. It's
like, are we junior lightweight or super feather? Like, it depends on if you want to be heavy on the feather or light on the light. Yeah, man. So then we also got Toka Khan Clary. He's from Providence, Rhode Island. He goes by the name T Nice. He's a southpaw, rated number 15 in the world. He's 28-2. So, on paper, Toka Khan Clary seems to be like a pretty decent challenge. Amateur record, apparently he was 119-11, so seems like he was a pretty good amateur. Won the Golden Gloves in 2010. 2011 he won nationals. 2012 he won the USA National Championship as well. So he's got a pretty decent amateur background. As a pro, 28-2, seems like he has a pretty decent pro career. Can't really see too many names on his past fights that ring a bell, but he has had some decent records on there. So I'm interested to see what Toka Khan brings to the table. I just can't say that I have a whole lot of information on the guy, not a whole lot of information on the net. Shakur, on the other hand, won Junior National in 2013, World Junior 2013, 2014 Youth World, 2015 Olympic Trial, Olympic Qualifier 2016, Olympic Games 2016, everything gold. So he's top level amateur. He was highly touted coming out of the amateurs. He's had a great career so far, 14-0 with 8 knockouts in the pro rank. This is going to be a decent fight. I think this is a showcase fight for Shakur Stevenson. First prediction, you can get the first one, Puma. Who you got, Shakur?
I got Shakur.
Or you got Toka Khan Clary?
I got Shakur Stevenson. His just mastery, the distance, and his boxing fundamentals is just too nice.
I agree. What you got there, champ?
Shakur by decision.
Decision?
Mm-hmm.
You think Kodo's going to be able to, or Toka Khan's going to be able to take it to decision?
Yeah.
What do you see in Shakur at this point in his career? 14-0 and 8 knockouts. What do you see as far as his style, and what do you see going forward for him?
He's a distance. He likes to be in control too.
Ring general.
Yeah.
What do you think about his power? You think he has the power to keep it elite?
I think he has. I think he has enough power to keep someone off him, but I feel like he's not enough to really like put someone to sleep. But then again, you just never know. Could since he moved up, shit could change.
Who do you see as being a problem for Shakur in his weight class?
What is he at 130? Look at probably me. We're gonna get it on one day.
I love when the champ talk a little shit, Champ's a real humble guy, man, but it's the truth, man. If he's in the 130 weight class, he's probably gonna have to run into Xavier Martinez at some point. You see anybody else at 130 giving him a problem?
I mean, there's someone's talent at 130. I don't know who's, because I know pretty much top ranked fighters, they fight pretty much top ranked fighters. I don't know who's that one. I think what's his name?
Miguel Berchelt.
I think he's the toughest one right now at 130, to be honest.
Yeah.
And he don't look like a 130 pounder either.
At all. He's thick.
I'm over his big.
Yeah, we hope he goes up to 140 or something. Get out of here, Berchelt. we don't want to talk to you, Berchelt. Berchelt's a dog, man, for sure. I do see Shakur Stevenson is having a hard fight against Berchelt and even possibly getting knocked out in that fight. I do think that Shakur Stevenson has enough acumen to stay on his feet in that fight, but I don't think he has enough skill and or power to actually take that fight from him. Don't see it happening. Moving on, we got Anthony Joshua versus Pulev. Puma, you can give him a little background on Joshua and Pulev?
Yeah. For Anthony Joshua's amateur career, he went 48-3 with 18 KOs. Going back to all the way 2009, as Anthony Joshua did all his work over in Europe. He won the super heavyweight senior novice champ, and he also won the super heavyweight gold medalist in the hard-ringy box cup. See, that's from Europe. I don't know too much about it, but he was going on the street. In 2010, he won the super heavy elite champ, so he went from novice to elite. And then he won the hard-ringy box cup again, winning a gold medal. Going into, also in 2010, he won the Great Britain super heavyweight, and he won in that as well. Going in 2011, he won elite champ again in super heavyweight. And then he placed the quarterfinalist in the European Championship in Turkey. And then he won a silver medal in the World Amateur Championship in I'm gonna butcher the name, but it's like it's somewhere in Europe, like GRN or something like that. Moving up again in 2012, he won gold medal in the Olympic Games, and that was pretty much for his amateur career. He won gold in that.
So Olympics, amateur career seems prolific. Definitely a highly touted amateur. I think that he got signed pretty quickly. Coming out of the amateurs into his pro career, his first pro fight was a TKO. He had a huge attendance. He damn near sold out the O2. And he very quickly after that, when he became a pro, started to sell out the O2 at Wembley quite a bit. So what do we got for Pulev over there? Who's he going up against?
For Pulev, he's 84.
Oh wait, I'm sorry. My bad. We didn't finish his pro career.
Oh, his pro career for Anthony Joshua, he went 23-1 with 21 KO so far. He went pro in 2013, which means he was amateur for about 5 years. He won the IBF title against Charles Martin in 2016 by way of knockout. He won the He won the IBO against Vladimir Klitschko in 2017.
Finally got one of them Klitschko brothers
by knockout. We got the WBO against Joseph Parker in 2018 by unanimous decision. And then we also he had running with all 4 belts. He ran Andy Ruiz, lost that one, and lost all 4 belts, but then he won it back through points.
And then you remember Andy Ruiz after the fight, and everybody was talking about my frame, because I was having an enchilada or 5. And the thing is, when I won the fight, and I came back and I was moving on to enchiladitos, and I was able to lose the fight, I was a little upset that I didn't bite down the way that I was supposed to, because obviously I got my ass kicked and lost all those belts. It was too fucking hype for him, man. Ruiz was done for that. He felt too good. What about Pulev, man? What happened with Pulev?
Pulev has a kind of an interesting background. He went 84-25. He was a gold. He dating back all the way to 2001 in light heavyweight.
Whoa.
Yeah.
That's a long time.
Yeah, going to silver in the place in Europe in Strazina, and for the Strazina Cup. Going into 2002, he won gold in the Strazina Cup as well. And going to 05, he went gold to win again in super heavyweight this time, and then he won silver in the Euro Union Cup as well. Going in 2005 as well, he won bronze in the 2005 World Champion in super heavyweight. And then in 06, he went back to the Stratus Cup and won that in gold. And then going to 2008, he finished off with going gold in that as well. So he went gold 4 times in terms of that. And
jeez, he was out there holding it down.
Yep, and then he won the Euro Champ 20 in Liverpool at 2008.
Okay. After that, he went pro.
Yep.
What's his pro record? 2081.
2081 with 14 KOs. He won the WBA heavyweight title against Kevin Johnson for unanimous decision. One thing I thought was interesting is that he got knocked out in 2014 going for the IBF title by Klitschko. and then Klitschko got knocked out by Anthony Joshua in 2017.
So how we come back around.
Yep. And then another important fight was the Chisora fight. It was a split decision. So that was a very controversial one for the European heavyweight title.
All right. Well, who you got then, champ? We'll start with you this time.
I guess Anthony Joshua. I don't really like him.
Right. I don't know enough about Kubrak to go for him. Even with all those facts listed, I just don't know who he fought, man, to make him worth it. I don't like Anthony Joshua either. I'm not a big fan, but I definitely got Anthony Joshua, and I got him possibly by knockout.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I can see that. I'm kind of mad that Joshua lost all 4 belts to Mr. Snicker by TKO.
Yeah,
and
that
then,
was ridiculous.
And then won it back, but didn't knock him out
at all. Okay, so we look like we got Shakur Stevenson over Tucker Khan, and it looks like we got Anthony Joshua over Pulev. I think those are easy predictions. Doesn't look like too much. What else we got? One fight that I was very excited about, I'm going to get into just a little bit, is Canelo versus Callum. What you think about that, Jim?
Canelo, tell me that. The only people I think Canelo has trouble against are boxers.
Right.
And everybody they put him in there is with people that stand there and try to go toe to toe with him.
Nice.
So, the only one that actually didn't do bad against him was Triple G.
Yes.
But most of the time, everybody they've been putting against Canelo, they try to stand there and end up getting tore up.
Yes. What did you think about Callum Smith? Do you know anything about Callum Smith yet?
Well, not really. I'm not gonna say.
He's a 168er. 168 is not too lit in the way of attention right now. I'm gonna give you guys some background real quick. See what you guys think. Canelo, he's first of all, he's fresh out of his DAZN deal. He just walked away from an 11-fight, $365 million deal because the way that Canelo says he feels, legacy means more than money. He doesn't care about the deal because, one, they can't pay him what he was originally signed for. They wanted to renegotiate and lower down his pay because of COVID. Beyond that, he was not down for having to fight people that he considered to be less than legacy fights for him right now. He's looking to unify at 168 pounds. He is trained by Eddie Reynoso from Guadalajara, Jalisco, Mexico. Callum Smith is from Liverpool, United Kingdom. He's a WBA champ. He won at super middleweight. He's the super middleweight champion by Ring Magazine. The super. He got that by beating George Groves. He's had 2 title defenses since. And his trainer is Joe Gallagher, who has also trained Liam Smith and a handful of other guys that did not make it to top tier. Quick tale of the tape for Canelo versus Callum. Canelo's 30, so is Callum Smith. Canelo has 56 fights. Callum Smith has 27. Canelo's won 53. Callum has won all of his 27 fights. Canelo has 1 loss against the God Body, Floyd Mayweather himself. Shout out to the king of TNT. 2 draws for Canelo. Tough ones too. One of them I feel like he lost, if you ask me. He's got 36 knockouts. Callum Smith has 19 knockouts. He's never had a draw. Callum Smith is 6'3", versus Canelo being 5'9". So he's gonna have a lot of height on him. From what I understand, Callum Smith is a very big 168er. We'll see what his power looks like. His reach, bit short. 179 centimeters. I did not do the calculation in inches. And compared to 158 centimeters of Callum Smith, which is probably about a 2 to 3 inch reach advantage. Canelo's last 5, he fought Sergey Kovalev, won the world light heavyweight title. He fought Danny Jacobs. He fought Rocky Fielding, which was a fill-in fight. Rocky Fielding is no one of mention in the way of like upper tier. He fought Gennady Golovkin twice, one time to a draw. And interesting fact, Rocky Fielding was defeated by Callum Smith as well. And his fight with Gennady Golovkin was named Fight of the Year for 2018. Callum Smith's last 5, John Ryder. He was 28-4. It was a unanimous decision. That was a title defense. Hassan Nadam Njikam. He knocked him out in the 3rd round. Hassan is not a joke. He's a hard charger. He's a gatekeeper. He's a journeyman, but decent victory. George Groves is where he got the title. Before that, he fought Nieki Holtzkin. Nobody that you've ever heard about. He fought quite a bit over the pond. We know what happens to guys when they come over the pond. Very few of them are able to have major success in the USA circuits. So, with that being said, Callum Smith seems to have the size. From what I understand, he has the jab. He may or may not have the power, but does he have the skill to fuck with Canelo? Puma, what's your assessment on that?
Seeing he's a taller fighter, I see that Canelo's gonna have to come in and assert his power, unless he works the outside game. He works the outside game appropriately because he has a longer reach. I see Canelo moving past his jab. I see Canelo moving past his jab with his head moving and coming in and hitting hard. I feel like he might not go down, but I feel like he's going to affect his balance and affect the way he's going to fight.
I see Callum Smith is boxing tall. I see Canelo as having to be the come-forward fighter and apply pressure. I see Canelo also trying to utilize strong counter-punching while he's slipping inside. I got Canelo by way of decision. I don't know if he's got the sauce to knock out big Callum Smith.
Well, he knocked out Kovalev. Kovalev's pretty big too.
Point taken. He did knock out Kovalev, man, and that was it. Kovalev has also got a very good chin. So that was very impressive for him to be able to have done so. Canelo's got some real serious notable wins. Kovalev, Jacobs, Triple G, Junior Chavez, Young Chavez Jr. He beat Khan, Cotto, Erislandy, Lara, Josecito Lopez. He beat Mosley. I definitely agree with that. Lara definitely beat him. I think that Lara was an educational fight for him because Lara was way slicker than him in that fight. And I think that helped Canelo realize that he still needed, at that point, to get his slickness up. And he also needed to work on his timing. Because Erislandy Lara was a fucking savage in that fight, bro. And he fought beautifully off the back foot. I think they gave Canelo too much credit for being a ring general, for being aggressive. Pissed me off. Can't believe they gave that fight to Erislandy Lara, man. That was that bullshit. Canelo's a shorter fighter. He's huge. Ranked number 1 in the world at 68. Whatever. He's number 1. Canelo's coming for him, man. I got nothing else. Last fight I want to bring up that I can't wait for. Edgar Berlanga, the chosen one, is fighting on the undercard against Ulysses Sierra. You know about Berlanga? Edgar Berlanga is the new modern Latino Michael Tyson. He got 15 first-round KOs. Is he going to keep the streak alive? I'd like to know. I didn't even do my research on Ulysses Sierra. He is there to be knocked out. We just need to know how fast. Can't wait to see Berlanga get back in action. I can't wait for Berlanga to get around that corner to where he starts to see that real level of competition, because I got some questions about Berlanga that's going to have to get answered. But for right now, I am enjoying the barbaric show of him knocking heads together back to back. First round, he don't take no time. They all going down. Can he keep the streak alive? We will find out December 12th. With that being said, everybody, fill up my screen with red X's, man. Y'all shout out the champ. Everybody go follow Xavier Martinez, Xavier_Martinez. You can catch him on Mayweather Promotions IG. He is our Sacramento Knockout King. Please support, follow. We will make some more shirts and hoodies for y'all. I got the Xavier Martinez hoodie on right now. It matches my J's. Y'all not effing with the champ, man. It's great to have you, champ. I really want to thank you for taking some time out and sitting down and talking to us and just giving the people a little bit of information on your past. Can't wait to see if we can get Big Ray Woods to come over here and join us too, man. You guys
I'll probably have to bring him.
You know, we're gonna get him out here, man. You know, because we need to get the Sacramento history out, and we need to make sure that people know who they need to be supporting. No disrespect to any other fighter in Sacramento, but if you're gonna fight, or if you're gonna support any fighter in Sacramento, please make sure you support the best. Xavier Martinez is the best we have to offer and the closest chance we have to getting the strap. And he's knocking at the door. So go on and catch us again in about 3 or 4 months. I had a champ come back and show y'all the belt. Thank you again, man. That's In This Corner podcast. That's episode 4. And we're out.